So we're going to check this video out from the good brother ChishaZed. This one is called "My Husband Cheated with My Mom." I can't believe this. So let's check this out.
What's up, YouTube? Welcome to the Coffee Pod. My name is ChishaZed.
Drink the coffee, it'll make you feel better.
Wife is shocked to find out that her husband is having an affair with her mother. This is a true story. No more wasting time. Let's get it.
So how did I find out that my husband was sleeping with my mom? If you are one of the millions of people that have commented this on my videos, this is the video that's going to answer that. This is a really long story.
I can answer a few questions. Number one, you have a septum, i.e. a nose ring. Why? For what purpose? Number two, you're a fat ass. And I'm sure I'll see some other things that will give him the reason. Don't know what your mom looked like, but she's different than you. Not better, but different.
So hopefully I can get all of this in one video, but if it starts to get too much, I might have to break it up into
Let's do it.
At least a couple videos.
Okay, so first I should probably talk about some of the red flags that I saw before I actually definitively found out that the affair was happening. So
all right.
one thing that kind of shifted and changed in
Oh, there's another reason. You're a flatso, which you don't have, none of this going on. Men like this. But we'll continue.
their behavior was that when they would greet each other hello or say goodbye, instead of it being like a side, like pat, 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 like hello, goodbye, she would like wrap her arms around his neck and he would like swing her around in a circle to like say hello. He also started giving my mom foot rubs.
And it looks like, judging by the stretch marks on the, I would say it's on the left side of your body, it looks like you may have had children or you gain weight. Either or, that's the telltale signs of stretch mark, which means you were smaller. And you didn't get back down to the size that you were. So that's another little sign. I'm sure I'll find more.
In front of me. On Valentine's Day, 2 days before I found out about the affair, he brought home flowers for me and for my mom.
But the biggest red flag is that on multiple occasions, with multiple witnesses, my mother and ex-husband would say, you know, if Catherine and her dad ever were to tragically pass away simultaneously, we would totally end up together.
Whoa.
Okay. I'm starting to believe this is a skit or not real, but knowing how things are going on these days, I'm gonna give it a slight bit of believability, if that's a word, but we'll continue.
Whoa. This sounds like the making of some crazy true crime documentary of Passion or something like that. This is crazy.
So Catherine, how did you not cut ties with your mother and your husband right then and there the first time it was said?
Right.
Because I'm an idiot. Because I was brainwashed my entire fucking childhood by that woman. I don't know. I'm dumb. I know. Hindsight, dude, 2020. So that's just like a handful of red flags. So why didn't I ever say anything? Why didn't I ever bring it up to my mom or my husband?
Why didn't your father bring it up? Because he saw those things. That's the first thing that came to my mind personally.
Because
The first thing that came to my mind is women don't normally hold women accountable and fault women. So I'm still thinking the fake route or the skit route, but let's continue.
I didn't want to believe it was happening. I didn't want to accept that the two people I trusted the most in this whole world could betray me like that. So I would make up any excuse I could for their behavior. I didn't want to believe it. But I finally knew I wasn't crazy when my grandmother my mom's mother
Another woman
came
gets
to me
involved.
and expressed that she had a feeling something was going on between my mom and my husband. I'm so sorry to do this, but I'm going to make a part 2.
All right, so wow. There is a part 2 here. That's a type of situation where I would expect the father to check his daughter's boyfriend before even the daughter realizes what's going on. There's a certain level of respect. I mean, of course, this guy was crossing boundaries that were just beyond measure. But, you know, there's certain ways young men should carry themselves around another man's woman, another man's wife, let alone your father-in-law's wife. And in this very socially liberal generation, people just don't have that respect anymore. But that's something that should have been checked by the dad. Let's keep listening. This is part 2. What do you guys think so far?
Okay, you guys, this is part 4 of how I ultimately caught my husband having an affair with my mother. So the next day, I had to get out of the house and I just had to talk to somebody, anybody. And I had decided to reach out to my old
Nose ring alert. Look at these eyes. Although the color of them are pretty, but ooh.
sister, not the one that is adopted and not my baby sister, my older sister. I went to her house and she lives just down the street from me, and so I went to go fill her in on the previous night. During that conversation, she had revealed to me that she had witnessed some inappropriate behavior between my mother and my husband as well. On Christmas Day, just a couple months prior, the whole entire family had spent Christmas at our parents' house. And at one point during the day, when my sister had walked into the kitchen, she walked in on my mother leaned over the counter, clothed, but with my husband's groin pressed up against her behind.
Nah. This guy was in there wilding.
But I was just barely hearing about it for the first time.
This is this is cap. This is cap, but we'll continue listening to this nonsense.
I'm right then and there. Anyway, I cried with her for a couple hours before I told her I have to leave. I have to go talk to our dad now. Like, he needs to know what's going on. So I texted my dad and I told him that I needed to talk to him immediately, and he agreed to meet up with me. When we were finally together, I told him I don't know how to say this without just saying it, so that's all I can.
I have never watched this video, but I hope I'm wrong. If her dad starts crying when she tells him what she think is going on and he starts crying, you know it's cap, but I hope that's not the case.
do.
Right.
And I said, I believe that Mom and my husband are having an affair. And I expected him to be shocked, surprised, confused, angry, sad, something of the sort. But he wasn't. He said, you need to go talk to your husband because today he's going to tell you the truth. And I said, what does that mean? Do you know something that I don't know? And again, he said, you need to go talk to your husband because today he's going to tell you the truth.
Nice.
Yeah.
So now I'm realizing that my dad already knows. Did my mother, when she finally went home the previous night, talk to him about it? Did she talk to him about it today before I talked to him about it? Like, why is he beating around the bush and not having a fucking conversation with me about it?
Because that's your husband. You gotta
But I was
handle
not
this,
about to go
sweetheart.
confront my ex-husband alone without support. Because if what I thought was happening, I was going to need help. So my father, my older sister, my younger sister, and my grandmother met me at my house so that they could be with the babies while I confronted my husband.
No. That's not the way you do that. Because now you got all these people all up in y'all's business and they know something's going on. They may not know what is going on, but they know something is going on. So this is not going to be a good outcome.
Luckily, I was smart enough to pull up my phone and hit record before
Oh, okay. You even did
the
that.
conversation began.
Wow. But you know what else is a power move? finally taken advantage of the sponsor of today's video and not wasting any more time in elevating your skincare routine. Of course, I'm talking about the sponsor of today's video, Tish Henley.
How do I know that Tish Henley is the #1 skincare product for men? Well, because I tried them out for the first time and they delivered. Listen, when Tish Henley promised to uncomplicate my skincare routine, they came through, man. I use Tish Henley every day, and I'm at the point now where I don't even have to think about it. They make it easy, especially with their instructional card that tells you what product to use and at what time. They didn't only promise to help me with my skin, which they did, but they also claim that they had over 500 five-star reviews, and they were right. Yes, 500 five-star reviews from other happy customers. So while you're sitting here watching this video, there are other people leaving their reviews on their positive results and experiences with Tish Henley. What's taking you so long? Listen, guys, I use everything inside that box. From their face wash, exfoliation scrub, morning moisturizer, PM moisturizer. I make sure that when I step out, my skin is healthy, protected, and ready to take on the day. So if you're tired of struggling with your skin and want something that works, hit that link pinned to the top of the comment section and get your first box today. The good news is today, Tish Henley is running a special for my viewers and my audience. Get your first box today and you get 30% off and a free gift. That's 30% off and a free gift. Click that link at the top of the comment section and get your first box of Tish Henley. Trust me, man, you won't regret it.
All right, guys, welcome back. So we have a woman who found out that her mother was having an affair with her husband, and she finally got the family together to confront him, hit record on the camera. I'm assuming she's going to use that for court. And here we go, back into it.
And he admitted to the whole affair. He admitted to everything. In detail, he told me about how horrible of a wife and a mom that I was, and that he deserves better.
What?
He had no remorse. In fact, he seemed proud.
This man's a psychopath.
And after he admitted to having an affair with my mom in my bed, he immediately began to talk about how we were going to split custody and what we were going to do with the house. And he revealed to me all the credit card debt that he had racked up that I had no idea about. He had it all planned out. Ooh, I did not think I'd start crying.
To have an affair with your wife's mother and have remorse and break down crying, people would look at that and be like, okay, natural reaction. He knows he messed up. What a horrible thing to do. He's going to have to live with this mistake for the rest of his life. To have this reaction, though, just stone cold, not care what happens to the family, not show any remorse, and actually think that you are not the problem in the situation is wild. No type of situation justifies this action. Nothing. Tish Henley.
How do I know that Tish Henley is
And have is wild. No type of situation justifies this action.
Bruh, this is cap. This is made up. This is like not real. This is for clicks and views. Because if you can't see everything that this woman has described has all the makings of what women would do. 100%. And we know women, and I will admit, happy tears make me weak. I can't even watch happy tears. But women tears, because they have felt that they have been wrong, doesn't bother me whatsoever. Which means women can cry at the drop of a hat because they're already emotional. Their existence is emotion. So they can cry at the drop of a hat. So women tears that come because they feel that they have been wrong has no effect on me whatsoever. This whole story that she's talking about, to me, this has all the makings of what a woman would do. Because a woman can do the exact same thing that this man did, reverse, and she still will get child support. and she still would get alimony, and she still would be able to have the kids. So this is cap. This is fake. And ChishaZed, you might need to go back and look at this. This is fake.
Nothing, right? Put that coffee down.
Put that coffee down.
We don't want to drink that.
I don't cry about this a lot anymore because I've had a lot of time to process it. But the last few days have been overwhelming.
Oh, the last few days have been overwhelming. So let's look at the situation. If this was real, it would show in her face. It doesn't show in her face. Because once she got the realization of what was going on, she would have been crying incessantly. She would have been crying in her pillow incessantly. And you know what I know about women who cry a lot? Bags. It would have looked like she been crying. Ain't nothing going on here. Again, that's not for every woman. That's not the end all be all. But that would be a sign. So the last couple days have been tough. Last couple days. All right. So when you saw your man rub your mother's feet, that didn't make you feel some type of way, to make you ask some type of questions to either your husband or your mom? All type of questions that I have. Fake.
A lot of people have asked, how is your relationship with your mom? And not that going through this could ever be easy. Ever. But I think it'd be so different had we been estranged or didn't have a relationship. But my mom was my best friend.
Oh,
Wow.
okay. Of course he was. Of course she was.
So anyway, after I recorded that whole conversation,
Whoa. That's tough.
I realized, that this is my life. This is happening. And I've got 2 precious babies that I need to protect.
Oh, throw that in there too.
Growing up in an environment
Yep.
that my husband and mother were going to provide. So I had texted my family that was downstairs watching the girls to get the girls and leave immediately. I don't care where you go right now. Let me know where you're at, but you need to get the girls out of this house. He told me that if he couldn't stand me, he could leave, but that he was not going to leave his house, that this was his house. So I knew that I had to go because I wasn't going to argue with him. So I packed the 3 suitcases that I own with the absolute necessities that my daughters and I would need. Mind you, at this point, they were 11 months old. Eventually found out that they were at my grandma's house, who also lives just down the street. And then, like I said before, my mom moved in that same night too. So that is the story of how I...
Wait. Your mom moved in that same night too, into your house? Guys, comment down below. Is that what you got from this? People like to ask, well, how are you not following and understanding everything? I watch these videos for the first time in most cases, just like you guys. I have an idea, but most times I'm not watching the video all the way through.
My husband having the affair and my mom having the affair and how I found out. I promise I have been reading so many of your guys' comments and reading your questions, and I have been saving them and writing them down, and I plan to answer all your questions. So there are more videos to come.
So everything going on in your life, your whole family just fall apart, but you writing comments and questions down and you're going to answer them. See, y'all, look. ChishaZed, I like your content, bruh. If you falling for this, come on.
Come on my story, but this is the final part of how they were caught. I just wanted to say thank you again to everyone who has been so kind and so supportive of me.
Evil
I'm so thankful.
Female dog.
And I'm so grateful. And oh, I'm not going to start crying again. That's so embarrassing.
Yeah, cry
Seriously.
again.
Thanks. Thank you for supporting me and finally using my voice. And thank you for listening.
Get out of here with your nonsense, man. Man.
Thank you.
All right, so we're going to check out some of these comments. That was crazy plot twist there. First comment here says, it bothers me that everyone knew and no one told you. Started to seem that way as time went on. Another person here says, every single person in this scenario betrayed you. I'm so sorry. Got somebody else here who says, girl, don't you ever talk to them again. 8,000 likes on that one. What would you do in this situation? Are you cutting your family off completely? Yeah. This is also why when I hear people and they talk about how they don't speak to their mother or have good relationships with their mother, when you're naive, at one point I was a boy and I thought like a boy. This is a Bible verse. Then I became a man, right? Then you go through life and you realize that some parents ain't shit. When you hear somebody has a not so great relationship with a particular parent, you leave room for the fact that they might have gone through something that you can't possibly imagine happening to you. Another comment here says, sue for emotional damage as well. Guys, listen, that's it. Of course, I'm very curious to know what you think. Leave your comments down below. And don't forget,
This, as I expressed throughout the entire video, this is cap. These type of things might happen, but this will happen like as almost to the point to where it doesn't even really matter. If you look at the grand scheme of things and, you know, the total population, this, that, and the other, we're triggered by something like this. And you know why we're triggered? Because these things just ultimately don't happen. And I think it's cap because things was just so convenient. Things lined up. Dad was fine with it. Everybody in her life knew, and she didn't conveniently shed tears until like a couple days or something like that. This was a skit, but let's put it into reality. These things don't happen on a grand scale. They just do not happen. And the reason why people are so shocked is because we're hearing these things and oh my God. And people who don't think rationally or logically would think these things are the norm. And you know what it ultimately gets certain women to think? Don't trust men. When men are more loyal than women. Men are way more loyal than women. Men want families. We want to be, for the most part, monogamous. And we want family. Do you know the cheating rate of men versus women? Do you know? From an old Michael Jordan commercial. If you don't, I'll tell you. Sort of a survey did some years ago. These are people that admitted to cheating. Admitted. I'm not going to worry about the motherfuckers who did not admit. I'm going to worry about the ones who admitted, because this is the data that we have and we'll never know any different. So let's go with the ones that admitted. Men admitted that they cheated, and this is across all racial spectrums, social status, financial, everything, men and women. Men admitted to cheating at a 28% rate. Okay. So what is that? 1 out of 3 men. Women admitted to cheating at about a 24% rate. All right. So we know that number is total bullshit, because at the sign of women feeling anything, they'll lie about it. But we'll just stick with the 24% rate. So if that's true, women cheat more than men, even though the percentages are low. Do you know why that's the case? The case is because every one man, there's 5 women. I could do the math here, but I'm not going to do it at this second. Women cheat more. But who are the ones that are bitching and complaining about cheating? Men don't. Not men, some beta male ass emotional people, males. Those are the ones that complain about it. You cheat, you know what? I wasn't doing what I was supposed to do. You cheated. Let's just split up. Okay, I'm good. See you. No harm, no foul. Because if I was doing what I was supposed to do, she's not gonna step out this, that, and the other. On the other hand, a man, you can be the best woman, he will still love you the same. Now, we can look at the definition of cheating. If you're a man, you're not gonna cheat. She's gonna know what you're doing. She's not gonna find out by all of a sudden a woman showing up, all of a sudden looking in your phone and all. No, she's gonna know what you're doing, and it's not considered cheating. Cheating is if you don't know. So, but this whole story that this woman was saying was cap. She started crying and missed me with all that nonsense. But that's why she did like at least 4 parts to this story. Clicks, views, understand it. But if you put it into a real world scenario, these things really don't happen like the way that she put it. Those things don't.